Hi, team. Hello there. I am Fitz Koehler, your race announcer for the Detroit Free Press Marathon, and welcome to our show. We have so much fun stuff, so much success, so many incredible stories to relive tonight. Our weekend was extraordinary. If you were a part of it, congratulations. We're so proud of you. We're so grateful you took part in our race weekend, and we can't wait to hear from you. So please use the comments section wherever you are. Look at this, is already happening. It's Steve Leggio. What a sweet guy. He knows how it works. Use the comment section wherever you are to say hello. Oh, I got a new name, Devin. Hey, Devin. And while you're here, start telling us what race or races you participated in this weekend and how it went. And I'm going to bring in the real star of the show, our race director, Barbara Bennage. Hey, Barbara.
Hi, Fitz. How you doing?
Oh, I am so good. I have finally have a voice today, which I gladly gave away to your athletes this weekend. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Doing great. You know, you have that postpartum event depression, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, you know what? It's sad when it's over, isn't it?
It is. It is. You work so hard. It's like Thanksgiving dinner, right? You work so hard, you put it all together, and in 5 minutes, it's over with. Now, I'm not comparing that to the race weekend because it took hours and hours and hours over with, but it's the same feeling, right? You work so hard for 363 days a year. And then next thing you know, it's over. And yes, and then the cleanup and the fun and the comments that people enjoyed about the race. It was a great experience for everyone, I hope.
I believe it was. I you know what that experience was about. I'm going to say a 99.99999% perfection. There's always that one guy who's a one complaint about that one weird thing, which, you know what, you could kill yourself, right? You could douse people in diamonds and gold and everything, and I still find that one thing to be cranky about. But overwhelmingly, I imagine most of our athletes are still on cloud nine. Oh, look right here. We've got Mary Wilbert, favorite half marathon to date. She did the Wonder. That's the 1 mile, 5K and half.
Yeah.
And she PR'd. You have so many PRs, Barbara.
I know. Hey, could you ask for a better day? I mean, beautiful. No wind, sunshine. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. The gods were shining on Detroit on Sunday. It was PR weather. And I've announced plenty of Michigan races over the past, 10 years or whatever. And so I consider, even though I live in Florida, I consider California and Michigan my home bases for running. And so very, very excited to get to your race weekend, especially with all of these runners that I already know and love. And I feel like almost all of them ended up with a PR or a Boston qualifier. Almost everybody.
Good. We love that.
Yeah. I mean, more of that. You promised that kind of thing. Thank you, Beth. Yeah. Postpartum depression. All right. So you're getting a little love here. Race raves. Yeah. We love raving about our races. Barbara, brilliant. Oh, you're so popular right now.
I see that.
Top 5.
Ah, very nice.
Okay, this is Mr. Boston Qualifier, Tim Patton. He qualified by 4 minutes, Barbara.
Oh, that's awesome. Love it. Love it. You know, the new course, I hope people like the new course. We put a lot of effort into it. It was completely different than we have done in the past. We loved going back to the international part of it. I hope everybody loved the bridge and watching the sunrise. And I know the tunnel could be challenging, but it is unique. As we all know, it's the only underwater mile in road racing. So I know it's crazy in there, but it's a unique part of our race.
Hey, I heard nothing but praise and from people who have never done it before. And Sean Matlock, one of my California runners, he came in and he said, it wasn't stagnant. It wasn't hot. It was just perfect and comfortable and exciting and fun. Yeah, I mean, what a cool experience. I actually, I tend to never be, I'm not an envious person, and I'm always grateful to be at the start and finish line. It's where I want to be. But this weekend, I was a little jealous of those going over the bridge and through the tunnel. It definitely had something special going on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Too much fun. Okay. Yeah. No PR for Beth because she was having too much fun. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Eighth time for Daryl McNall. It seems like you've got a lot of repeat offenders coming back.
Love the tunnel. Love people that love the tunnel. Oh, good.
Oh, and then some more Barbara love. How about that?
Joe. Thanks, Joe.
So before we go on, Barbara, I have 2 race recap videos. I feel like we should start with Saturday. We'll talk about Saturday, and then I want to go to the expo, and then we'll go to our Sunday events. So,
okay.
All right. We're going to go a little bit backwards, and here comes Saturday. So what are your thoughts on Saturday, Barbara?
Well, maybe some of you know, but on Wednesday or Thursday of race week, we had to alter the course. We had some construction that popped up that we didn't know about. There was a couple glitches. So we had to redo the course and certify it within like 24 hours and get the permit to have it because we're in a state park there. I thought Saturday was great. Yes, there were some hiccups. Always is. It's like it's always a hiccup. But I thought it was great. I thought the weather was good. It was a little windy, as we know, but I think people enjoyed the course along the riverfront. I thought Saturday was good. As Fitz, as you know, we had to alter the kids' race a little bit, but that's okay. They loved it anyway. I love watching those kids finish. Saturday was a good day.
Yeah, you know what? All I saw, Barbara, was joy. And people showed up with the happiest attitudes on earth. I mean, people were arriving with smiles on their face, and everyone I talked to went along with my shenanigans. They were happy to be there, and it's, I mean, the whole race weekend, but it's every type of person, you know, and you think of what does a runner look like? And there is no such.
There is no such thing. Yeah. And that's what I love about it is it's all walks of life, every shape, size, form. You can do this, right? You can do this. So get out there, put one foot in front of the other and enjoy. And I hope next year the 5K continues to grow because it's a great event. And just get out there and move.
Yeah, it's the Sunday races, there's some nerves, there's some intensity to it. It's a long distance. It's a long way to go. I've done it. You've done it. 13.1, 26.2 miles is certainly a long way to go, but you have a 1 mile.
Uh-huh.
1 mile. Most anybody can do that. And so I really found that the spirits were just happy and really playful, and from the 1 mile to the 5K. And I really appreciate when I show up on a stage and people are willing to have fun and be silly and be rowdy. And Saturday was certainly rowdy. I mean, Sunday was chaos, but in a good way. But Saturday was super rowdy. The kids are adorable. My my most challenging burden as a race announcer is not gathering the children and hugging them. You're not allowed to kiss a stranger's kid's face. I've gathered. But yeah, just happy times. And then we had that massive turnout from Black Men Run this weekend.
Oh my God. Over what, 100, 120?
200.
Was it 200? I just looked up the numbers. So wow, 200 Black Men Run. It was their national meetup. So they participated in the 5K and then the half marathon, the full marathon, the US half. Yeah, amazing. And I went to their pre-ceremony before their banquet, and just an amazing group of people. So glad they chose Detroit National Meetup. Wonderful, just wonderful group of people. And I hope they enjoyed it. And I think they did.
Yeah, I'm confident they did. And I went to their banquet on Saturday night, and one of the things I really loved, their president, Ed Walton, say he's their founder. So they were founded in 2013, 7,000 members and 55 chapters. They had all the chapter captains. But he said, we're not a running club. We are a social network of men who lift each other up. And, running's part of our deal. We're about health and fitness and success and community, and just gentlemen. They were so fun too.
Yeah. Very fun.
Go fast, go slow, but be happy. That's my priority. And they were just so great to have around. So that was a real gift. Saturday was wonderful. And with the medals starting to be handed out, your little record player medals are so cute.
Yeah. Yeah. So no copyright infringements here, but we have the Temptation, which is, Motown theme, 1 mile 5K. And then the Wonder, which is 1 mile 5K, and the international half, and the Supreme, which is the full 1 mile and 5K. Very cute medals with the record player theme. As Motown, we love our music here in Motown.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was fantastic, Barbara. It was just the perfect Saturday morning. And for all those families who brought out their kids, well done. That's exactly how you set them up for a lifetime of healthy habits and athletic adventures. So keep them coming. Go do other races in the area throughout the year, but make sure you get back to that kids race and the 1 mile and 5K, because at a certain age, they're certainly welcome to do the 5K too. So your expo, I don't want to skip over that at all, because that's one heck of an expo.
Yeah. It really is. I mean, coming back after the pandemic and people coming in and the vendors at the expo, they loved it. Everybody. I love when the runners don't come in, pick up their number, and then leave.
Yeah.
They're there for a reason. Go buy something, go look, go talk. It's a great expo. A lot of atmosphere, a lot of energy.
Yeah, and I see lots and lots of expos, and you really have one of the best.
Thank you.
Of course, it's true. It's busy, and your official merch was fantastic. So kudos to the Running Lab, and people wore their gear all weekend. Those hats with, I don't even know what
the hats with the little icons of Detroit on it. Yeah, cute.
Everybody had on the hat. In fact, Beth Kent's out there watching. Thank you for she let me borrow her fuzzy cap, which was good because my poor head was chilly. Here we go. A little praise. But yeah, very busy. And then you had a great kind of a $5 shop, like just selling old gear inexpensively.
Yes, the marathon shop. We used to call it a garage sale, but now we've upscaled it to the marathon shop, SHOPPE. Great bargains. We all have leftover stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's a way for us to be able to get some revenue coming in so that we can keep our costs down and give runners. It's a fun thing. And that was lined up. They were lined up to buy anything that they could. So we love the marathon shop.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say. Is every time I went in, and I went back and forth to the expo quite a few times over the weekend, and there was always a line of 25, 30 people. Yeah, why not? You get some more great logo gear for a great price. And it's good stuff too. Okay, so I forgot to do this, but we had a couple of interesting characters at the 5K. So I wanted to show. I'm going to start off with this guy. And so, yes, he's got a beautiful, fun outfit. But as we look a little closer, he's carrying a case. And if you look even closer inside the case, Mr. Ben Will, there's a cat. There was a cat. So I don't know if I've ever seen a cat do a 5K before, but that's Catman.
Let alone in a backpack of sorts.
Isn't that really funny? And we had dogs on the course. We certainly had service dogs. I believe we had a dog who did the half marathon on Sunday.
Boots. I think his name was Boots.
Oh, okay.
Her name?
You know Boots?
No, I kind of saw some things going on with border agents, like, can this dog run? It's a service. He had boots on his little paws. I saw some great pictures. He had a picture of the Boots, or he or she, in the tunnel right at the center mark of United States and Canada, and Boots was there taking a picture up on his hind legs. Very cute. So
cute. So cute. Yeah, I hope that dog got some sort of milk bone after he crossed. Okay. And yeah, we talked about the Black Man Run, but I wanted to share some of their great photos from this weekend. And I feel like most of them did a challenge. They did at least 2 races, if not more. But
yeah,
they were awesome. So we have to look at some photos before I'm willing to move on. Okay. So that's our group. And then here's one of my favorites. And where'd it go? Go away. Okay. And then this will be the last video I have for the 5K. So besides race announcing, I'm a fitness expert, and I lead a whole bunch of people towards weight loss with exact formula for weight loss, just teaching people healthy habits, no gimmicks, no diets. But this is Janelle Cooper. And over the past year or so, she's lost 120 pounds. 120 pounds. So she showed up to run the 5K the other day, and she made this shirt. It says, "I run for Fitz hugs," but so proud of her. And that one of those original before pictures, she saw that picture and she thought, oh, I didn't realize I gained so much weight. And so that inspired her. And now she is full blown living her best life. I am so proud of this woman. She has gotten a new career. Everything in her world is better. Yeah. And so really proud of Janelle. Not only did she come out and have great success Saturday at the 5K, but then Sunday she stuck around to support all of the other athletes on the course. And it's like the running world, so much goodness, right?
Yes. I know Carlos is on. I think I saw him pop up on the chat. I think Carlos has lost 350 pounds over the course of a couple years. And he was one of our ambassadors a couple years ago. And he's an amazing, amazing character who really chose to change his life and loves our race, and we love Carlos.
Is this Carlos Orozco you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Carlos. I'm on social media here. Please send me your before and after pictures. I want to see this. It's
amazing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's amazing how many people are out there, and we just don't even know their stories. I think that's probably one of the most punishing parts for you and I is and not be able to know everybody's story. But yeah, look if you're like, I know that.
And everybody has a story. Yeah. Everyone has a story. And just that's what we do. We change the lives of everybody one step at a time. They cross that finish line. It took them a long time to do it. They worked for it. It's just an amazing event and touch the hearts of everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Carlos, look at the love for Carlos.
Whoa, 500 pounds.
Oh, 500.
Whoa, that's bonkers, Carlos. All right. I got to know. That's crazy. 500 pounds. I need to see that. That's bonkers. That's really, really cool. All right. People are getting excited. And if you're watching and you're thinking, I need to lose 5 pounds or I'd like to lose 500 pounds, well, exhibit A's are everywhere. There's all sorts of proof that, day by day, you watch what you put in your mouth, you move your body, you get the sleep, remove the cranky people, you can get there too. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss about Saturday?
No, I think it was a great day. We have a lot of first timers, both Saturday and Sunday. Continue to do what you do. If you run the 5K on Saturday, let's move up a little bit more to Sunday and do the half marathon at 13.1. Whatever you need to do. Saturday was a good day.
Yeah, Saturday was spectacular. Okay, now we're going to go on to the full and the half. And before we go to the videos, what I'd like to give everybody out there like major love, because the start lines are my favorite part. It's the only time in a race that we're all together and everybody, it was, when I say chaos, it was incredible, just so much energy and joy. And it just, I'm obviously enthusiastic, but theirs coming boom, right back at me, hitting me in the face, wave after wave. And, I mixed up the tribute to Motown music after Eminem's Lose Yourself, of course, and some Kid Rock. And I felt like everybody was singing every word of every song. They were dancing in the streets, It was so much fun. It might be my favorite start line of the year. I think I'm putting yours right next to Los Angeles Marathon, Barbara.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. Ellie's a good one, but this was equally good. It felt the same, and I loved it. Okay, we're gonna watch that video. Are you ready to watch the video of Sunday? Okay, here we go. So good. So good, Barbara. So how long have you been with this race?
Older than you are, Fitz. So I started in 89.
Okay.
As part of my job, and then, kind of moved up, and yeah, it's been a long time. I think this is my 31st race. I took a hiatus for a while and left the business, and then came back in 2014. I've seen everything from just the full marathon, right? And then we added the half marathon, we added 5K, we added a 1 mile, we added the kids run, we had a US half. So, yeah, I've seen it all. I've seen many different finish lines. Yeah, I've been with it for a while. I love every moment of it. It's gotten a little bit hectic with, social media and noise. I know you love noisy, but the noise out there. And I encourage anybody who cannot run or to come volunteer and see what it's like on the other side of the race. Volunteer. So that's my plea for next year. If you can't run and you're going to go to Chicago or New York or wherever, come volunteer and see what it's like on this side or the other side of not participating. That's my plea. We love our volunteers. We need them. As you guys know, who have run this past weekend, they're out there in droves. We just love our volunteers and we need them.
I think that's a very shrewd request, and not only because you need them, but it's interesting to me. And again, I'm privileged to not to do a job as hard as yours, and I know the difference between what I do comes naturally, requires some savvy, but it's not this year-long, never-ending effort to create something for thousands and thousands of people and keep them safe and adhere to all the rules and all of the things. But what I get these views of as I bounce from extraordinary event to another is, no matter how much you get right, if there's like that one little weird thing wrong, there's going to be some angry person. OC Marathon in California, they put on a beautiful, happy, fun. It's one of the most joyful, organized events on planet Earth. But there's a parking issue because they host the finish line at the fairgrounds. They don't control the parking. It's the fairgrounds. But every other year, it takes 20 minutes to get out of the parking lot, and there's someone screaming, "How dare you! I will never come back to your race. You're the worst person in the world." Well, we're saying that thousands of people are having crazy success, and then there's I don't understand how people don't value what it takes to be so precise. And there's human error, there's weird stuff happens, but I think pitching in and volunteering would be very insightful for a lot of people who may not understand the pressure. Well, they'll never understand the pressure of what you're under, but
and that's okay. That's our job, right? That's what we do. This is not about me. It's about the staff and everybody who comes together to put this on. It's not me. I couldn't do it without anybody, but the volunteers are very crucial to this event. Always looking for, yes, they are the real MVPs. Love our volunteers. I read the comments about, thank God for the volunteers, and they were out there high-fiving and being there, and they're there. So again, encourage anybody, not our race, any race, go volunteer. We need you guys.
Yeah. We simply wouldn't be able to put on events of this magnitude without them. So big love to the volunteers and big love to all the race directors, because I know it's hard. That's why I asked how long you've been doing it, because probably a newcomer might not nail it as precisely as you have.
Yeah, well, takes a team, takes a village.
Okay, yeah, and so here you go. There's Mark saying he would like to volunteer, and that's a real challenge, is to give up running. You want to be there running. You know what, Mark? Perhaps you could volunteer at the expo, or maybe there's some pre-race stuff that needs to be done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We hang parking signs the Sunday before. Always need help. No parking signs, I should say. Help with stuffing goodie bags, unstuffing goodie bags. Always, reach out. We could use you guys.
Absolutely. Hey guys, while you're watching, let us know. Use the comment section. Tell us what your absolute favorite component of this past race weekend was. Tell us just whatever it is, whether it was your medal or your Gatorade or your shirt or your friends. Let us know what your favorites are. All right, we've got a few people I think we should definitely recognize, and we got to start with the one and only legacy, Mark Bowman, who has run every single Detroit Free Press marathon. And he came through. He crushed that marathon. He didn't look even a little bit tired.
Great picture, Mark. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Love
he's
it.
strapping. He's 72. I don't believe it.
Yes. Yep.
And then right after him, we have Jim Soder, who is right behind Mark. He's run 44 of your marathons. And his bib said Papa. That's his daughter,
Yes.
Lindsay. And boy, was she proud of him.
Yes. So Lindsay's an ambassador of ours. Has been last year and this year. Her mom, her mom and Jim's wife have been great volunteers on the committee for several years. Jim is a fundraiser for Multiple Sclerosis Society, one of our very first charities in 1978 when we started out. We had one charity, and it was a MS Society. And Jim has been a part of that and raising money for MS for years and years.
That's so fantastic. And they're both strapping. They're actually the living example of what committing to one marathon a year will do for you. You get to show up in your 70s looking like, I don't know, hot stuff. I'm going to say it. They're both
absolutely
strapping men. Hooray for that. All right. You're getting some love here, the weather. So thanks, Mother Nature. Janelle, love the 5K course. Sarah, a starter line at the half. Yeah, it was awesome. You guys were so much fun, Sarah. And Joe loves a brand new finish line. Beautiful day to show off the heart of. So the finish line was elsewhere before.
Yes. So our start and finish line were in the same area where our start line was this year or is this year. And our finish line was the same place. Thought it was, that's fine. Easy. One start, one finish. It's all right there. And then we wanted to showcase the heart of downtown Detroit, our campus martius, our center of Detroit. So we moved the finish line into that area. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see all of it, but from what I hear, it was electric, magnificent. It was a party atmosphere. And I think people really enjoyed. We have a lot of newbies, a lot of first timer of Detroit. And when they saw what Detroit was in that center of Detroit, from what I have read and what I have seen, they loved it. We have some green space, finally, some grass that people can sit on. So,
yeah, it was really lovely. It was an ideal big city location for a finish line. It really had all of the bells and whistles. I didn't know what it was like before, but it was downtown Detroit. And you know what I can say from my experience visiting Detroit once or twice a year for the past 8 years, it's really come a long way. I think when I first started going there, it didn't look so nice. It's a beautiful, clean city now.
Yes, yeah, it is. We're proud of our city. We're proud of how the transformation that we have encountered over the past, 10, 15 years. And it just keeps getting better.
So I looked down the alleys. We don't have alleys in Gainesville, Barbara. So as I was walking to the start line, I'll take a peek at the alleys. Even the alleys were clean. I thought, well, Batman's parents wouldn't have a hard time in that alley. That's a nice alley. So, and then the people mover, the only other place they have people movers is in Disney World. So that's volumes about us.
We try to make that. So Detroit tried to make their alleyways, some bars, some restaurants. So it's, they make it look good, or they want to make it look good, and it does look good. So our alleyways are becoming a fun place to hang out.
They look kind of fun to me. I wasn't afraid of your alleys at all.
No.
Well done, Detroit. Okay, so let's see. I love the new trail to the finish line of the international half. I don't know was there a trail or is
no? Oh, maybe that was the DeQuinder Cut. Is maybe what she's talking about. DeQuinder Cut, which is a old railway that was new to our course this year. I think there was a lot of atmosphere there with some great, I think Run 313 was there doing a cheer station, spirit station, whatever. Yeah. So hopefully that was what Lele was talking about.
And then Wendy, You know what? You were right. I turned on Eminem, and then
Yeah.
everybody in the start line started moving. Oh, so this is what they did not hear. So turning on Eminem's is very symbolic of we're getting ready to go here. And I turn on Eminem, and about 20 seconds later, someone comes over and says, I don't have course clearance yet. We may need to stall this. And I just thought, oh, Jesus, I just turned it on. I was just told to turn it on. So thankfully, my prayers were answered and we were able to start on time. But I thought, well, you know what? We're going to do it over. I'm going to start Eminem.
Yep. Do it again. They don't care. They don't care. They love that. They love that song. That's a tradition of ours to play Lose Yourself. As probably many races, but we're Eminem's hometown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then I followed it up with Kid Rock, Barbara.
Which one? Detroit City?
No, Actually, so I had a little Detroit City in there.
Okay.
Just a little Detroit, Michigan. And then it went into Ball City. But it was like a little rock concert at your start line. So much fun. And I even threw Lose Yourself into the finish line at, a little bit here and there, which was warmly received, as you can imagine.
Good.
Party area, start and finish. Oh, and the picture's so beautiful.
Weren't they though?
Orange sunrise. So
and
gorgeous.
I think I saw a freighter in some of the pictures, which is always one of my favorites. My grandfather was a chief and engineer on one of the freighters, and my dad worked on it. So whenever I have a freighter in any of the pictures, my office has 3 pictures of runners going over the bridge with freighters underneath it. It's very special to me, and I hope we captured some freighters this year.
Wow, it's beautiful. If anyone's watching who's not done this race, you're just snoop away, register ASAP. It was so fantastic.
Not ASAP.
No,
we opened registration January 1.
Okay.
At midnight. So it's basically kiss your loved one and get online and register for our early bird prices.
Okay. All right. January 1st. That's it. Yep. That's a good New Year's resolution.
Yep.
I'm going to Detroit.
Exactly.
For certain. Darlene, it was a privilege to meet you too. And you give great hugs. Hugs, beautiful girl. No. Apparently cutting out Belle Isle was a good move. So says people, Barbara.
Some people loved it. Some people hated it.
Okay.
I think it was a good move. It came at a point in the course in past years at the toughest part, right? Mile 23, maybe 22 to 24. There's a bridge there. You have to go across the bridge, which has another incline. I think it was a good thing. We love Belle Isle. There are many races there, Fitz, as you know, you do, the women in the D there. Yeah. It's a great area to run. We thought it was time to kind of maybe do away with it and show people other parts of the course. I'm sorry, of the city.
Well, it seemed like everybody was happy. And if they want to run Belle Isle, they can go do it another time.
That's right. Go run women run the D. And the New Year's Eve. We have a New Year's Eve race that's on Belle Isle. It's a great race, a fun race. So, yeah.
And
good. Saw a ship. Good. Love that.
And I also like his name. Shinley is a great name. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Oh, Janelle, little miss, I lost 120 pounds, is upgrading from the 5K to the half marathon. We would like that very much, Janelle. I'm not sure if you've done a half before. I feel like you have, but let us know. I actually did some research, and there's no Tim Hortons on the course, right?
Not on the U.S. side, no.
Is there on the Canadian side?
They're a Canadian company.
Okay. People love them, apparently.
Well, we're going to work on that for next year.
Oh, all right. Well, or you can just count on Joe Burns.
Joe.
Joe's going to hand them out. Okay, I've got another little video I want to share. And if you're watching, Tom, what I can tell you is I did not know about this until after the race, or I promise I would have made a royal stink over you at your finish line. But Mr. Tom Kerniak, who had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, Barbara.
So Tommy last year went down around mile 10. I mean, it was a runner down situation. Not good. No race director, any race wants to see what that transpired. He was a runner down, went into cardiac arrest. The Detroit Police Department came to his rescue, did CPR. He was in the hospital for several days in recovering. And this year he came to us and said, I want to finish the last 3 miles to finish my half marathon. So him and his mom signed up and did the last 3 miles. He crossed the finish line. I believe one of the nurses was there to greet him. It's a wonderful story to tell. Tommy, we wish the best to you. We never like to see this happen in a race, but we know it does happen, and we thank you for coming back and doing your last 3 miles and collecting your medal. So my heart goes out to Tommy and his family. So glad they could do that.
Yeah, and so I just read about it in the Detroit Free Press, but that he's 27 years old.
Yeah.
He was had no pulse for 20 minutes. He was like technically dead for 20 minutes, but thanks to the fans and the medical personnel from Henry Ford Health, saved his life. That's incredible. That's what we wish for. If something does happen on the course, that everybody else pitches in, and they did. So,
and we have a great medical team from everywhere from DPD to Henry Ford to EMS, City EMS to MedStar, spectators, volunteers. When you see something like that happen, you have to. Everybody stepped in and helped, and that's what saved his life. And I just. So glad that he was able to accomplish what he set out to do this year.
Yeah. It's interesting how many people show up on race day and they give themselves like, oh, I didn't run the fastest.
Oh,
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, it's about being healthy, and Tommy's apparently, a great example of what health actually means, and also a no excuses type attitude, because he might have decided to never take part again, but instead he said, I have to finish this. And he looked great. I wish I would have known in advance, because I would have loved to pour some special noisy love on him at the finish line. That's pretty awesome. Oh my God. All right. And now I want to hear from everyone. What do you plan to run next year? So is it the 1 mile, the 5K, the half, the full? Which half? Which challenge? Will the challenges be the same, Barbara?
Yes. Yep. The Temptation, the Wonder, the Supreme, they will be the same.
Yeah, we would like to know exactly what you're going to be doing next year. Uh-oh, here she goes. That's Beth. Are you surprised by that at all?
No.
I'm not surprised at all. Beth would come back today and run it all today, every day for you, Barbara. All right. And then Ross Jones. I love Ross. He's also lost about 100 pounds and kept it off for many, many years. He did the 5K this weekend, and it had been, I think, 4 years since he did the last 5K, or 2019. So it was good to have him back. Mary's going to do all three and included all three in her first full. Barbara, I got to tell you that, and I have to thank you, the green bibs on the first-time marathoners was genius. I wish every race would do that, because it was so wonderful to be able to identify people having that magical finish line moment for the first time. I encouraged everyone at the finish line, if they saw someone with a green bib, to read their names, which you did a great job putting everyone's name nice and large. And so they got so much extra love because they were easily identifiable.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
the Greenies are Greenies. Yeah. And so it's their first marathon ever. So it's not their first Detroit. It's their first marathon ever that we give a green bib to. And it has been a tradition for, well, many years, 10 plus years that we've been doing greenies.
Okay.
And maybe one year we'll bring into the half marathon. It's your first half, but to give the love to the full marathoners and their first full, that's amazing.
It was genius. Some races will put like a yellow bib with white writing in it, and nobody can see what the white writing is, but the green was easily identifiable, and the crowd support went cuckoo for the greenies, and their names were great. And I know you let people choose what name they're going to put on their bib, and it seems like everyone in Detroit is a rapper. Funny names, which one of the bibs, I mean, I will go for it. Clearly, I'm not a linguistics expert, but I'm trying to give my all to everybody's name, no matter where they originate from or where their name does. And especially perhaps with the Indian names, you get a lot of consonants, and I really try my hardest. So one woman comes through, and all I see is the bib, and I was like, "Are with a hair that?" It was something that broke my mouth. It was one big word, and I really went for it. And she turned around, she goes, "It says, 'Are we there yet?'" Oh, whoops.
Oopsie.
But there was no spaces between the letters, so I get partial credit for that one. International half. And so next year, we'll still do the domestic half next year, even though there won't be any Canadian issues, correct?
Correct. We always do the U.S. half.
Okay.
Some people like to sleep in a little bit longer. Some people don't want to go over a bridge. They don't want to go in a tunnel. They may have issues going to Canada. Oh, we always have the U.S. half. Yeah.
So what are the numbers in the international versus the domestic half?
Oh, Fitz. You didn't tell me you were going to ask this question.
You can just give me like
yeah, I will. I will. There's like 2,100 that won ran the U.S. half, and about 7,000, 8,000 that ran the international half.
Whoa, big difference.
Yeah, because it's unique, and we had not issues, but we had some mandates set by both governments about vaccinations, and hopefully we're over that next year, and we'll be able to open up and see our numbers get to pre-pandemic numbers again. So we want to continue to put this race on for everybody. The love that you guys show for us, we just want to continue to be able to put on a first class race for everyone without a lot of restrictions.
I feel like moving forward, it's all going to feel so much easier for you.
I hope so. Yeah.
It's been a wonky couple of years in the running industry. Hey, Jeff McBain, I bet your mom will be real proud of you. I'm sure she already is proud of you, but doing the temptation challenge for her is a very sweet thing.
I want to give a shout out to Jeff McBain. Jeff runs our Detroit Free Press Marathon Runners group. So he has his own group of people that he answers questions and like, he's an amazing, he's a volunteer. Amazing that what he does with this group of runners and answers questions, and just, he's been a godsend to me. He knows he has been a godsend. Jeff, thank you again for all your hard work and what you do to keep our runners informed as a volunteer. So thank you, Jeff.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. I love that. So many good people in our running community. And lots of good people. Luis Perez, congratulations. Okay, let's see. Josh full if he doesn't run his 100. Well,
Oh.
Josh.
Yeah. Priorities.
I think you need to find a different 100-mile. There's others. So we'll see you next year. Oh, all right. Well, Olivia, she'll be satisfied with either option. That's nice. Lauren is going to volunteer and do the wonder, which we
Wonderful. Love it.
Mary is crazy. We love crazy. Yeah. Join the pack. Lewis is going to do the international half. Jason, half again. You know what? I think the half is such a lovely distance. It's hard, but would they say half the distance, twice the fun? It's a great choice.
Yeah.
And it's so nice that you can go do the whole Canadian thing with half the distance. The view of the sunrise. Now, does that bridge, Barbara, have a sidewalk on it?
No.
So the only...
it may. It is not pedestrian friendly.
Okay.
It has a small sidewalk. This year, the bridge was completely closed to all vehicular traffic because of construction. So I think maybe you guys had the whole width of the bridge. Usually it is traffic coming and going on one side and then runners on the other side. So there may be a small sidewalk, but is not pedestrian friendly. So it's we're so honored to be able to do this. To run the international borders and have clearance with our border agencies. We just love the participation, the love that the both border agencies show for us. I know it's a pain that you have to come and meet with a border agent and you have to give your passport, but we are privileged to be able to do this.
And you're dealing with two sovereign nations. So that crossing the borders is a big deal. It's a big deal on any day, and on race day, it's a privilege.
Yep.
And we know how hard you work to make it happen. It's pretty fantastic. Half crazy, full crazy, both. Yes. Everybody loves the greenies.
Love a greenie.
Let's see. My family are the green bib. Shout out from you, myself, and your. Oh. I'm glad they cheered for the strange greenies. Thank you, Nick. I actually told them, if you see a green bib, look at the name and cheer for those strangers. Hey, my one and only marathon I've run so far is Boston Marathon, and I had Fitz on my sports bra, and it was so great. Everyone in Boston, they knew me, right? It was like, oh, here comes Fitz. Lots of Fitz cheers, and it was just wonderful. So I want that for everybody. Your bibs are fantastic. Full really changes your life.
The tunnel is hot. We know the tunnel is hot.
Other people told me that the tunnel felt good. I heard the opposite. Maybe you're just a very sweaty person. You are a sweaty person, and that's why the tunnel felt.
It's 1 mile. You can do it.
1 mile. That's right. Especially on a chilly day. I might just go hang out in that tunnel. I might never come out of the tunnel on a chilly day. But you really have. Everybody loves Jeff here. Apparently, Jeff.
Yeah. He's the man.
Jeff can go on the road and do his own show, and people.
No, he can't. He's mine.
He's yours. All right. Is no sidewalk. So that increases the privilege. Much like Big Sur Marathon, there is no sidewalk on those roads, so you really only can run over Bixby Bridge or up Hurricane Point on race day. And so what a privilege to run over that bridge since people can't do it on a regular basis. Okay, we've got lots and lots of love here, Barbara.
Yeah, the bridge is fun.
Hey, Josh, didn't know why I was getting called greenies. That's great. Mile 25.
I think obviously we have to do a better job in explaining the green bib.
Yes, for sure. Well, that's great. Well, we had a wonderful weekend, Barbara. I think you sent about 19,000 people home fitter, more accomplished, more satisfied with their quality of their life, with wonderful stories to share. Some were walking funny, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Fitz, it was so fun to be able to have you come to Detroit. I know we've been talking about it for several years.
Yeah.
Loved having you there. It was a lot of fun. We're getting a lot of comments about, oh, we love the announcer. We love the announcer. So looking forward to 2023. Again, for everybody online, registration opens January 1 at midnight. Best prices ever. So we hope to see you guys next year, and we'll do our best to keep the craziness and the noisiness going.
Oh, that's right. Lots of crazy, happy noise for sure. Barbara, thank you for having me. It was a privilege. And as you know, I've wanted to come work for you in Detroit for a long time. So it was a privilege. And, you put on an extraordinary event, world class.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's true. I know the difference. I see a lot of them. And you had all of the bells and whistles. You missed nothing. Your medals are magnificent.
Yeah.
That really goes a long way. And it's about the people. I think we're of like-minded, right? It's about the people. And it was just a pleasure. It was a pleasure. People after aren't you tired? And when the last finisher comes through, I'm sad. Every time. Oh, it's over. That's over. But something to look forward to next year. All right. We're getting ready to kick people out. Athletes, again, congratulations. We love you. It's a privilege to serve you. We do expect you to log on January 1st. There will be, you know what? I'm going to give them extra points if they register on January 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys can spend the extra points wherever you like, but for everybody. If you haven't done so yet, follow the Free Press Marathon on Instagram, on Facebook to keep up to snuff. When you upload all your race photos, I know a lot of people have, but if you haven't done so yet, use right above Barbara's head, the Free Marathon. That's our hashtag that allows us to see your photos, share them, like them. If you want to tag me in them on Fitness, I like liking and sharing and saying nice things to runners too. But yeah, it's a great privilege. Congratulations, Detroit. And we will see you next year, right?
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Fitz. Thank you, community. Bye-bye.